Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video from Veg Grower Podcast, and as always I do when I'm on call, it's time for a tour of the allotment and vegetable patch. Right, so we're just going to walk up to the top of my allotment again and we'll do a bit of a tour around here. As you can see, things are looking pretty good. I've done quite a bit of manuring on this half just to combat the heavy clay and what have you that I have here, and by covering it in manure and what have you, it's made life a lot easier to hoe and try and keep the weeds down anyway. Now along here there's a lot of onions that have gone in there. I've done a couple of rows of parsnips just here. Here we've got some cauliflower and cabbage, 12 of each, I bought from a garden centre for £1 per tray. Couldn't resist at that price. We've got more onions in here, and onions that were planted actually a couple of weeks ago just there, which are looking pretty damn good. This comfrey is shot on in growth. We'll get rid of that soon. And then behind there, got more brassicas and stuff, cauliflower, cabbage and that sort of thing. Now this area right at the top, as you can see, this has been a bit of a challenge for me. I'm trying to clear it and we're slowly winning. When I started it was complete and utter overgrown grass and what have you, so we're slowly winning. I've found it a difficult area to try and keep tidy because the grass is so bad and there's stuff growing there, but it's the last area that I kind of really need to do some heavy work on. The rest of it I'm pretty on top of. Now here is a load of strawberries that I thought I'd dug all the strawberries out, but these ones have actually sprouted back, and I'm not too worried because actually, as you can see, we've got some strawberries showing there, so I might have to net them soon. But yeah, lovely. Now this is where the strawberry beds should be, and actually yeah, they are doing well. We've got quite a few going in down there and what have you. I've still got more pots of strawberries that I'm trying to find things for. Autumn raspberries. Now these ones here were all planted obviously autumn last year, and this first lot have taken really well. Seem to put on plenty of growth, except for that one just there. But the 5 down here, which were a different variety, they seem to be a little bit behind compared to the rest, but they are just showing signs of growth now. And it's the same with the summer raspberries that I planted in the autumn last year as well. They are showing signs of growth, but some are a little slow, some are a little behind, but we'll soldier on. They mostly seem to have survived, so I can't complain about that. Now around here, globe artichokes. Yeah, that's just growing away. It's pretty big. Anything I do with it would just take over. Over here we have the rhubarb. These 3 rhubarbs, which are huge. They're doing well. Really happy with them actually. They're pretty impressive. I've got so much rhubarb because I've also got these 3 plants down over the back there. Let's see if I can get there. I should see it up in the top corner, There's another load of rhubarb plus what I've got at home. So I'm getting plenty of rhubarb coming in. Asparagus bed. Now this is its 3rd year, so I've harvested some and I'm really enjoying it. But for the most part, I'm just kind of letting it continue to establish, which is why it's still kind of grown fern-like and what have you. I want to say I've got 3 of these little compost bin things scattered over here. They're going to be growing my pumpkins and squashes in this year. Now we head this apple tree. As you can see, plenty of flowers, and the flowers have just gone over, so hopefully that'll produce plenty of fruit. And the strawberries are just below it. Gotta say, at the moment everything is looking really nice and lush. We did have some rain yesterday, which has helped, but everything's just looking good. Jerusalem artichokes, they're growing again, as you would expect. They're going to do great. Hawthorn and the plum tree, which is a new addition, that seems to have established quite well. It's put on leaf growth anyway. So yeah, pleased with that. The last one died, so hopefully that'll do okay. Elder tree, as you can see, we're getting plenty of, just starting to go into shout flower now, so that'd be good. Elderflower wine, elderflower cordial, more comfrey, and I don't need as much. Pear, this I'm really pleased with. It's just gone past its flowering stage, but if we bring you in, you will see there's plenty of little fruitlets everywhere, so we should get some decent pears. Then the Bramley apple tree, that's in flower and looking lovely. The composting, as you can see, all that grass and stuff is what I've been pulling out from that top end, so I've got to empty the other side and start filling that up. Plans are in motion. Broad beans, they're doing great. The overwintered ones, most of them didn't survive the winter, but what has obviously produced all these beans. But then I've added some spring sown ones as well, just to change things up a bit. Then we got the shallots. They're doing well. Well, they seem to be doing well. Obviously, it depends what happens when we dig them up. Garlic, also doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the amount I've got. Again, there's elephant garlic down the far end and the other 3 varieties. Although I'm getting some signs of rust, so I'm having to tackle that as best as I can. Chard, I think the chard's coming to an end, so a lot of that is going to go to the chickens and quail, which ain't too bad for them. And that Brussels sprout just there is going to flower, so that's coming out. That was obviously planted a couple of years ago, so I'm not too worried. The purple sprout and broccoli, I'm getting plenty of that out of this, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, really happy with that. Plenty of food coming out of that. Got some of those raspberries I dug out to find somewhere to go. Onions, also doing pretty well. I have had a couple start to throw up a flower stem, so I've been snapping those off. But yeah, they're pretty good. Now, this bed here, I did have overwintered peas in it and broad beans, and there's only 1 broad bean left. But the overwintered peas all died back. So now I'm left with, well, I sowed some more in spring, and I planted those out today, so hopefully they'll take. Now, this bed here, and I got one next to it as well. I've manured it, I'm going to compost it. That's going to be for my nieces to grow sunflowers and pumpkins in like they like. They got 1 each, so should stop any complaints. White currant there, that is putting on growth, as has the black currant next to it. But the red currant down the far end hasn't done anything, and all 3 of these were autumn planted bare root stock. So why that one hasn't, I don't know, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. the ochre that is starting to show signs of growth, as you can see. Yeah, I know there's a few weeds and stuff, but we're working on it. Loganberry has definitely shot into life, and then down the very far end there, horseradish has gone in, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now potatoes, they are all growing really well. They did get a bit of frostbite in that last little cold snap, but pretty insignificant compared to last time. But I'm sure you can all see they're looking really good. I'm going to give them a bit of a feed next week, probably some chopped up comfrey. But yeah, I'm really happy with these. Seem to be doing really well. Of course, we'll see what happens when I harvest them and what happens then. Yeah, autumn raspberry, yellow ones, they have grown, so happy with those. And this is I think this is the Tayberry, if I remember right. Not looking great, if I have to be honest, so I'll get some compost in there and I'll give out a good watering. Now, gooseberries, yeah, they're looking really good. They've shot on in growth. Difficult to weed underneath them, especially with the pricks, but never mind. But what I'm really happy with, hopefully you can see, I'm getting fruits, lots of them, little fruitlets. So same on this one, and that one as well, although they're that lot smaller, so not too worried at the moment. Now, hazel tree has really shot on. That's pretty cool. And then the cherry tree next to it, that, that's growing well, and as you can see, lots of little fruitlets also forming on that. So I'm going to have to get some sort of net over that, I think, because as soon as it's ready, the birds will be on it. Next to that, the Kingston black apple tree. Hopefully that will produce plenty of apples for me. And then over here, chives are in flower. They're doing well. And just behind it, it's fallen over, so let's just pick that up. It's the third time it's fallen over today. Let's try and give it a bit of support. There we go. I've got to plant it. It's a new grapevine. It's next on my list to plant. The one that was in there, planted a couple of years ago, died. I was going to see if it's springing back into life, but it hasn't. So I need to get that one planted. But there we go. Shed's a mess, so that's another job, but I'm not worried yet. Yeah, so things are really moving along. Soon be getting the barbecue going again, but as you can see, everything's happy. So here we are at home, and as you can see, there's a large pile of wood in the middle of the lawn. You may have seen that at the beginning. Well, it probably looks like old fence panels, and you'll be right. We move around here. You see I've had my entire fence replaced at long last. Been a bit of a stretch because I keep patching it up to get it done, but I'm very happy with what I've got now. It's taken a while, but it's good. It's good. It means I can now start moving on with getting things in the vegetable patch built and stuff. Let's have a look around the rest of the garden. Bit of a mess at the moment because of this, but nonetheless, I'll show you what we got. Herbs, as you can see, all growing rather well. Not much to really add on that. I mean, I've moved the dill and parsley and rocket down here. Sorrel's actually started to go to flower just there. And the mint just there has been going like mad, which is really cool actually. Been eating plenty of mint. This area down here, the raspberries are growing like mad. We've been slowly digging out from here the wild garlic we found. We discovered it was here. Didn't know what it was. Now we're pretty much sure it's wild garlic. I'll come show you some of that in a bit, but having to move things around a bit, so things are a bit of a mess at the moment. If you look under there, that's what we think is, I'm pretty sure is a wild garlic. But yeah, the raspberries, they're going crazy. And over towards the back there, I've moved my cage for the leaf mould and a compost bin, just because I had to move them to make space for stuff. I've got to step over these plants because I had to move them so they can change the fence. Rhubarb, yeah, they're going like mad. I'm getting lots and lots of rhubarb in the greenhouse. A couple of tomato plants down there that I planted a few weeks ago, they've taken, they're doing really, really well actually. I've just watered in here, so it's a bit wet. This spinach has been starting to bolt, so I've been getting rid of that. But yeah, things are pretty good in here. Potato has been going like crazy, just there as you can see. Pretty, soon be time to harvest it. Peach tree have moved into here to try and prevent peach leaf curl. Not sure when it's time to pot that outside, but I think we're getting there in it. So far, there's been the odd bit of peach leaf curl, but nothing like it has in previous years. In front of that, I've just done a pot of basil. That was only done a few days ago, so we'll see what happens. And then over here, some seedlings and stuff I've potted on. Courgettes, I've got 30 courgette plants. I think I planted a whole packet just to use them up, so they may not all be used, but we'll figure something to do with the ones that aren't used. And beans, these are all just about to go into the cold frame to get used to being outside. In fact, I think we'll all that wood is going to take a lot of time to burn. Let's head on over. Chickens. Been a bit worried about Grills, the white one. She hasn't been herself lately, but she seems to have perked up today. I think they wanted to come out and see what's going on. We'll walk through here so you can see the new fence still in there. Again, we had to move cages and stuff so the quail are in there, and they're doing well. I was going to say I can't get into the potting shed at the moment to show you stuff in there. We'll save that for the next one. Blueberry, a really good flower, as the taberries and other things. Now I can nip through this bit because I got area. Yeah, the really positive thing with the square foot gardens area. You can see the lettuce is taken really well. There's a couple of lettuce that seem to have self-seeded over there, but the radish is growing as well. Still got the 3 areas that I'm going to plan something in the future. It was suggested to me about doing a challenge about who can get the most out of a square foot garden, and 1 metre by 60 centimetres. So I think I'll do that challenge now. If anyone is interested, have a 1 metre by 60 centimetres. Probably the wrong time of year to start this, but it was suggested to me. Yeah, I'll start that challenge now. 1 metre by 60 centimetres, so you can get the most out of it until September the 30th. £20 Amazon voucher up for grabs. I'll pop details down below. Now this blueberry is the pink one that I've never seen flower before, or fruit. So it's flowered this year. Hopefully that'll be a good sign. And the other two have obviously flowered as well, looking fantastic. Bit of a mess around here again because I've had to move stuff for the fence to be done. But apple trees and pear trees have all flowered. Olive tree is looking a bit sad, but I think it'll be okay. Strawberries down underneath there, all in flower, so things are moving along. And then we got more seedlings that have been hardened off in there. They're getting ready to plant out. And then around here we've got more. I've got to give them a good water. They're looking a bit dry today. Only watered them last night. But things are moving along rather nicely. So, run back round here because I'm admiring my fence. Really, really happy with this fence. As you can see, I think it's done a really good job. Looks good. And what have you. So I'll close up now. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out the competition. I'll leave the details in below. But until next time, please take care, and I want to see you again then.